everybody, and finally after nearly 5 weeks, welcome back to Frankie'S Aquatics right here on the wonderful platform that is YouTube, and how wonderful this platform has proven itself to be. I want to start this video by saying an absolutely heartfelt thank you to absolutely everybody. I'm absolutely blown away and overwhelmed by the support I've received by people online in regards to my health. Now, I appreciate not everybody's come here to listen to me talk about my eyes for however long it might take, so I will leave a little link here or a little number here of where you might want to skip to in order to avoid listening to me talk about my eyes. But for those of you who know the backstory, and for those of you who don't, I've had trouble with my eyes, the health of my eyes, for a few years now. I won't go into the big story because I have covered it in other videos, but basically I had a severely detached retina in one eye, my left eye. That was operated on. Unfortunately, nothing ever came back from that. And then literally out of the blue, I got this little tiny kind of squiggly wiggle in my right eye after almost a year and a half of having my other eye operated on. I didn't ignore it. I went straight there, as you may have seen in my last video, straight there, and they wanted me straight in for emergency surgery. It was a little bit touch and go. It was a little bit scary. I had the surgery the following morning. The doctor was fantastic. He explained to me in great detail what they were hoping to achieve, and then he also explained to me in very, very honest terms what the chances were. And the chances were very heavily stacked against me, to be quite honest, because of how my left eye reacted. He did say the only thing that was in my favour, really, well, the two things that were in my favour was my age, because I'm only 35 years of age, and the fact that I didn't ignore it for a moment. And as soon as I seen this problem arise, I instantly went to the hospital and had it checked. So he said, you did really good and you acted so fast that we may have caught it soon enough to hopefully be able to fix it. I'm still in a bit of a bad way in regards to my vision. I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of squint a lot because I can't quite see things very well or very clearly, but I do have a better understanding of my surroundings. I'm obviously filming from home in my room where I keep all my aquatics, and I have a very good understanding of where things are, so I can kind of get about the house quite nicely. Unfortunately, things are a little bit off. My vision is not normal. I don't think it ever will be. I see things that are stretched. So if you ever see an Instagram picture, for example, this is the only example I can think of, and they're stretched to make them fit that little box that they're in before they added that new frame. That's kind of what I see constantly. I still can't see nothing out of my left eye. So out of my right eye, I can't read very well from it, up close or far away. Everything kind of disorientates. I don't see round circles. I see them as more of a stretched egg, almost like an oval. It's really hard to explain, but over the past 4 weeks on the road to recovery, I have kind of got used to it, which is kind of a little bit sad, but it is what it is. I can't change that, so I've got to come to terms with that, and I've got to learn to live with it. I'm waiting on another follow-up appointment to see what the next step is. I'm still on the waiting list for my left eye to have that surgery too. And that's kind of where I'm at in regards to my health. I could go on forever. There's a lot to it, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to make it that sort of a video. I just want to kind of come back, say hello, and say a sincere thank you all. I was absolutely blown away. I was virtually blind for 4 days, nearly 5 days. Couldn't see nothing. I had a patch on this eye. When I finally removed the patch, I could see nothing. I'd almost mentally convinced myself that that was that, and I wasn't going to be able to see again. I started thinking crazy thoughts like my animals will have to find new homes because I can't expect anybody in the family to take over. It's quite the task to look after the amount of animals that I have. And not only that, I have a routine of how I do things too, a very successful routine. And I didn't want anyone to kind of take that reign for me, although they kind of had to while I was recovering. And it was the 5th day in, and my kids and my wife was reading me people's messages that people were sending me, people's comments. My subscribers went up. YouTuber Gracie Lacey was absolutely amazing and kind of reached out to me when I needed it most, just to check in, see how I was doing, and also went out of a way to basically wish me well in a video and ask people to come over and check out my content. And it was overwhelming, the amount of support. I'm honestly blown away. I could literally just sit here and stand here and cry about it because it was so overwhelming. I never expected people to be so nice, to be so caring and considerate, and you were just amazing. I'll leave comments popping up here, there and everywhere while I'm talking about it, but you guys really helped me when I needed it most, and I don't think you quite realise how much it meant to me in my hour of need, shall we say. So sincerely, thank you all so much, and thank you all for continuing to stay around and watch my content. It's been mind-blowing. I haven't posted for this will be my 5th week without a video. I'm hoping to get this out straight away today when I finish and trying to edit it. But patience is definitely the virtue. Sincerely, thank you all very much. You've all been amazing. Thank you. I won't name everybody individually because I'll be here all day, but those people that help me the most know who you are. Whether it be something as a nice message to wake up to, a voice message from the right sort of people, whether it be people's prayers for me that I was going to get a swift and hopefully good recovery from all of this. People that were saying, you don't know who I am, but I just want you to know I'm thinking of you and I'm wishing you the absolute best. Honestly, you warmed me when I needed it the most. Thank you sincerely. So swiftly moving on from today's video, what's been happening at Frankie'S Aquatics as things come to a cease? Absolutely not. The show must go on, as they say, and the show very much did go on. Behind the scenes, I've had so much happening this last 4 or 5 weeks, and with the help of my family and good friends around me, I've managed to keep things running along as smoothly as I possibly can. As you can probably tell in the background, things have kind of changed. I've adjusted the rack accordingly, the aquarium rack. I now have the community tank just directly behind me, which was on the another unit over here. Loads has changed, but that's one that's happened. I can't really cram it all into one video, so I wanted just to give this one as a massive update and a personal thank you to each and every one of you who reached out, whether it be through YouTube, whether it be through my Twitter, or whether it be through my Instagram, both Frankie'S Aquatics and my own personal Instagram. And what's to come in the future. So loads has happened. I've literally, axolotls have still been selling, they've been going. I've sold a majority of them locally, which has been great because that means that people come and collect. And obviously it's a safer option. It's the safest for the axolotl first and foremost, and it's also the safest for the customer and myself, because we know that axolotls go in safe and securely, and rather than going to a courier to be delivered. So personally, I do prefer to have people come and collect. And I've had people come from all over the country. It's been amazing. I've had people come down from Lincolnshire. I've had people come down from up near Scotland. I've delivered up to Scotland on the border. I've delivered to Northampton. I've delivered locally to Nottingham. Pet stores have been interested. It's been overwhelming, it really has, and the success rate has been fantastic. So I have decided at Frankie'S Aquatics to mainly focus my breeding aspect of this company anyway, or hobby. I hate using the word company, sounds too official. I'm going to stick to axolotls for the time being. I was going to breed betters, but lo and behold, I set it all up, got it all ready, did all my prep ready again to have a go at betters once these axolotls have started to sell. And then lo and behold, what goes and happens? Pixel and Flick decide to have more spawn. So we have more axolotls, more luces, more wild types, and a really funky one which I'll actually save. I've had a few funky babies turn out, which the colorations are just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. But with them being so small and so minute, I won't give anything away too much just yet. But I will say that the future videos and the future prospects of Frankie'S Aquatics are very exciting indeed. The amount of people that have messaged me and asked if I've had anything for sale and said I found you through YouTube has been mind-blowing, because I'm still a very, very small channel in comparison to most. But there's been people saying, we're looking for axolotls, went onto YouTube and we happened to find you. Do you happen to have any babies currently for sale still? It's mind-blowing, it really is, and I'm so humbled by it. I'm so humbled by people's kindness and people's love for axolotls and people's care and consideration for them. It's basically restored my faith in humanity. It's very easy to see the bad in certain situations, but when you meet people that are like-minded like yourself, it's amazing that this hobby, whether it be you keeping a goldfish, whether you be keeping axolotls, whatever your niche may be, this hobby that I'm in and I'm so proud to be part of is mind-blowingly amazing, and I'm so honoured to give back to it. Even if it's just right now a small slice in regards to my axolotls, I'm so honoured and I'm so humbled to give back to this hobby that I absolutely know and love. So where do we go from here? I'm going to show you a very brief little snippet through the eye hole of the window of the door or the floor. The floor's a little bit perverted. If you're peering down through the floor, why are you peering down through the... I don't even know. Sounds a bit rude, alright. It sounds a bit like, what's his name? From Emmerdale. What's his name? Lachlan. When he started perving on his mum. That was just a weird storyline, wasn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to give you a very short, brief look at all my animals and how things are doing. What's changed. Lots has changed. I won't give away too much. Like I said, I want to roll out videos in the coming weeks, and I want to dedicate each video to each certain subject. But I will give you a little looky through the window, through the keyhole, as Keith Lemon would say, as to what's going on and what's to be expected from Frankie's Aquatics in the future. Again, thank you all so much for your kind words. Thank you all so much for your continued support. You literally kept me on my feet when I never felt like I could find my feet again. It was a very scary time, but I'm no stretch out of the woods just yet. I'm not. I've got a long way to go. I've probably got more surgeries. I know I've got more surgeries. I may have more surgeries on the other eye. There's a lot to contend with, but I feel more stronger and more positive in my own steps, knowing that I've got people like yourselves behind me that support me. It's mind-boggling, so thank you all so much. So here we go. Let's take a look at what's going on over at Frankie's Aquatics. Grumpy cat's up there now. Have you seen? I like a bit of Grumpy. So this is the aquarium rack that was featured in, I think it's like 3 videos ago. Nothing much has changed here really. The only thing I have done differently is I've painted the shelves, each shelving unit, because basically some of the shelves arrived a little bit warped from G-Rack. I mean, they were usable, don't get me wrong, but they were a little bit frayed and a little bit lifted. So I contacted G-Rack, explained the situation about what was going on, and they happily instantly replaced me with new shelves. So I doubled up the shelving units to make them a little bit stronger. Not that you needed to, you could happily hold the weight. But I also used an MDF safe paint to seal the top shelf, which has worked out great. So any spillages are just wiped straight off now, like a counter, rather than absorb into the MDF. Then obviously we have the community tank, which looks very good. So we've got the female bettas, the neons, we've got some catfish down here, which are doing great. Lagatha was part of this, again, momentarily, and then unfortunately she got into a scrap with this one, hence the tail. So she came straight back out and she's now in a tank behind. As you can probably tell as well, we've now converted everything over onto air filters, which I cannot recommend enough. So much more easy, and it only requires one pump to power this whole station. So the shelf directly below, this is the tank that Pixel and Flick were originally in. It's a nice tank, very, very easy to use, and obviously cycle and all that fun stuff. But now we have 2 of the babies that I've kept. So we have Flixel, which is there, and then over there we have Buddy. Considerably bigger because they're now eating earthworms on a regular basis. Again, air filter for my life makes my life a lot more easier. And I also painted the background too. So I took a little bit of a slice of advice from Joey from DIY, King of DIY, and I painted the back of my tanks, or at least the axolotl tanks so far, with an acrylic blue, which I really, really like. I mean, you can buy those plastic backings, but I don't have much luck with them. I don't think they look very good personally, and I think they're very easy to come off, whereas these, I might even do my own video on how to do this, because it's really easy and I think it's really cost effective, and I think it looks great. I mean, I'm really happy with this tank. So that's the 2 babies, and then down here we have Mummy and Daddy. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see these guys, because they're, oh no, there, look, there's Mummy. Mummy's hiding away in there. And then Daddy, you can see his tail. I'm sorry he's not been very photogenic today. We also got him a new hide as well, which looks like a funky piece of fruit, but they do tend to love it, and they don't fight quite nearly as much over this hide anymore, which is obviously a bonus. Considerably bigger tank, and again, I've done the whole thing, treated the shelf, painted the background, and I'm really happy with the outlook of this. I'm really happy with the outcome. It looks lovely. I think it looks really good. I'm really pleased with it. The blue helps with my vision problems as well, because I am still a little bit ski-whiff when it comes to my vision. Oh yeah, look, someone's come to say hello now. Look at the top. Hello, buddy. How you doing, my friend? He's like, well, you ain't got any food, so I'm not really that interested, if I'm honest with you, Dad. So if you could just carry on, that would be great. And then there's the little guy at the back. So yeah, that's Mummy and Daddy anyway. And again, I apologise that they're being very particularly boring today. And then over here we have the baby station. This is where the babies are all tended to and cared for. As you can see, every single drawer is currently in use because I separate them off to try and minimize nipping, because babies, that was not me, that was the floor. Look, don't let me down, floor. Okay, that wasn't me, I promise. So basically I use a racking system essentially, which is it's just much more easier for me. I am going to actually make this into more of a sustainable unit. So what I'm going to do in time is I'm probably going to add a USB nano air pump, and I'm going to power this station with a nano air pump, which will basically, it'll make less work for me essentially. I won't have to change the water out every single day. So as I can see up here, this is the 2 that I reserved, which are going to their new homes tomorrow, which I'll quickly show you. A very nice couple got in contact with me through Instagram. So these 2 are reserved. I'll try and zoom in to show you. So there's the Wild, very cute. And then there is the Lucy, again, super cute. So they're doing fantastic. So they're reserved for their new home. A nice couple coming down tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to meeting. Then we have some listed ones that are currently on eBay at the moment. So if you see Frankie's Aquatics over on eBay UK, then these are the ones that are currently listed. I keep them roughly together of the same sort of size, and then if customers do decide to come and collect, they can obviously take the pick of which one they'd actually like. I do list them individually. I don't sell more than one at a time online because it makes my life a little bit easier. But these are the baby Wilds, which tend to not sell very frequently compared to the Lucies. It seems to be Lucies are a little bit more scarce this season for some reason. And the Wilds are not that popular. I do tend to find when people come and collect, they look at them and go, oh, they are so cute, because they really are cute. I think wild types are very underestimated. They're so cute. They're really adorable. And you've only got to look at Flick behind me. I know you've only seen his tail feather today. But when you see him in person, he reminds me of How to Train a Dragon, or whatever the movie's called. So yeah, they're super cute. So what tends to happen is people come for a Lucy originally and go, oh, I've got to have one of each. They're so cute. And then as long as obviously they've got the right equipment to look after the 2, they're more than welcome to have the 2. So there are the Wilds. Underneath here, but gently slide this back in. We have the smaller Axos, which are currently still on bloodworm. I'm also trying to convert them over onto pellets, as you can see. But these are the, I say they're smaller. They were smaller when they very first got sectioned off, but axolotls tend to go through a growth spurt, where one minute they look like tiny little dots, and then the next minute, boom, they're these big, juicy, puppy-looking, cute faces. So that's another one. That's another drawer. And then down here, I'll show you this last one. This is one that's currently listed over on eBay. You can zoom in. Don't swim away, baby. So this one's currently listed on eBay. So if you're seeing this in time, this guy is available through the powers of eBay. Also, obviously, if you do want to get hold of an axolotl yourself and you're based within the UK, you can, of course, contact me either through here or through Instagram, which I'll leave the relevant links at the top left. Contact me. You can come and collect. You can see all my animals. You can meet all my animals, and you can have a jolly good time of it too, I hope. I'm not going to breed these right now. Obviously, I wasn't going to breed this guy anyway. This is Jax. He's the OG. He's the second better that I ever owned. Let me flick his light on. Boom. There we go. So that's him. Absolute beautiful boy. Please focus on him. He's so cute. Come on, focus on him. Please focus. There we go. So he's just a veil tail, but his colours are absolutely remarkable. He is an old timer now, bless him. He is a little bit slower than he used to be, but I love him very much. And as you can see, if we go down here in the middle, we have a holding tank, which is now currently housing Lagatha. A transition to the community tank went well for all of a day, and then things got very ugly. Only with her though. This is the thing, it was only her. Everybody else gets along really, really well. But Lagatha decides, nope, this isn't the life for me. I like solitude. I like to be on my own. And then over here, this is Duck's tank. I won't disturb him because I've just been treating him for fin nipping. I managed to get his tail grown back absolutely beautiful, and then unfortunately the little bugger decided to go nipping again. I think he's in his leaves, so now I'm having to treat him for potential fin rot, but I'm pretty certain it's fin nipping. So yeah, the fun never ends over at Frankie's Aquatics. And that's pretty much it for today's video. I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself, but huge thanks once again to everybody. Really do appreciate everybody's time checking out the videos. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button if you haven't done. And also hit that little bell as well. I never really used to use that myself until just recently. But basically what happens is you hit that little bell and it will give you a notification, usually via email, once I've uploaded my videos, so you won't miss anything in the future. Very excited for the next few weeks, minus the silly hospital appointments I'm going to have in between. I'm very excited for Frankie'S Aquatics to see which direction it's going to go. I have huge plans. I'm very positive that the majority of them are going to come good, and I'm going to very much enjoy sharing each step of this journey with you. So if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for sticking around and checking out my content. You all mean absolutely bags and bags and bags of peanuts. Bags and bags and bags of potatoes. I don't know what the word is, but you mean a lot to me. So thank you all for stopping by and checking out my content, and until next time, ta-ta for now. I would do some kind of crazy outro now, but I'm getting old, so I'm just going to go and put kettle on. Sure, it is nice to be back. I have missed you, especially you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. No, not him, you. You, I've missed you. Ooh.